like to welcome on stage Colonel William Bowers from our partners at the United States Marine Corps to help me present the next award of the evening, the John J. Carlin Award.
Thank you. Good evening. This next award is all about honor, courage, and commitment, those core values that we hold most dear and live by as United States Marines. There are several similarities between the young men and women of character who choose to become rowers and those young men and women of character who choose to serve their country in the United States Marine Corps. Like Marines, rowers are tough, smart, elite, and after listening to some of the workouts that you devised for your rowers, I'd add warriors to that as well. So, and that's really why we're here. That's really why we're all here, to recognize and serve those exceptional young men and women of character who share our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. They're all truly exceptional. So thank you for having us here.
The Carlin Award is given to an individual or individuals who have made significant commitments in support of rowing. This year's award winner is Ted Kakis. Ted has been actively involved in rowing since attending prep school at Tabor Academy in the late 1950s. He rowed for the U.S. national team at Syracuse University. He's been a member of the U.S. Rowing Masters Committee and served as the committee chairman for several years. He was instrumental in effecting a number of changes which have become standard for rowers all over the country. Among his numerous achievements, Ted helped organize and launch National Learn to Row Day, helped institute the AA Masters category, bringing 21 to 26-year-olds into Masters competition, lobbied to have the head of the Charles Regatta expand the Masters categories to the 50-plus average and 60-plus average boats, and lobbied for static refereeing at Masters Nationals. Congratulations to the 2014 John J. Carlin Service Award winner, Ted Kakis.
Thank you very much, Colonel and Aaron. Appreciate it very much. I must say I was very surprised when I got a call from Glenn Murray saying that I had won this award. I sort of thought he had worn out my picture with darts on the wall because he heard a lot from me when I was chairman of the Masters Committee. But I'm particularly honored to see the list of people who have gone ahead of me. And I really shouldn't get into this, but I'll mention a couple people. Chip Davis, Gary Caldwell, Hart Perry, we all know. Horace Davenport I mentioned because he bought this blazer for me back in 1966 before the U.S. sent a whole team to the World Championships. Horace decided the whole team should go, so I was one of those members. She mentioned that I was chairman of the Masters Committee. We had a terrific committee, and I want to mention some of the people that are on it. Margot Zalkind was my right-hand man. She was terrific. Loretta McCarthy, John Nunn, Norm Thetford, who was somewhere here, Sonny McLean from the Southeast, Amy Schoenstrom, John Jablonic, and Ted Walkley was a team doctor for the junior team, but also on the Masters Committee. We had a very active committee. One of the first things we did was we formed the Masters Liaisons, which is we contacted all the Masters clubs around the country and asked them to recommend somebody that we could correspond with on a regular basis with ideas that we had, and they would have direct correspondence with us. And that worked out extraordinarily well. One of the first questions that Bob Appleyard would ask was, how did you vet this outlandish idea that you've come up with? And we would always say, well, the Masters Liaisons, and that would grease the skids. We changed the format of the Masters Nationals from heats on Thursday and Friday and finals on Saturday and Sunday. That would be a long program for some people that are working and whatnot. So it now is, as you probably all know, has the heats and finals for each race on each day of the regatta. Going along with that, though, we had to change the whole schedule, which was a massive undertaking with, I think it was 199 events. And to do that without conflicting with boats and lightweights and open weights and whatnot was quite a challenge. We also, at the Boston Convention, which was a long time ago, there was a rather heated debate about Rolodex crews, and it really wasn't fair to true club crews that they would have to compete against these Rolodex crews. So we instituted the club races, and Jody Pope was doing the scheduling at the time. I think she probably is still rolling over somewhere that we added all those races, but it worked out well for the clubs, so they could compete on an even playing field. As Aaron mentioned, we added the AA category. We thought we were losing a lot of oarsmen coming out of college that were working, raising family, whatnot, couldn't compete on a national team or even the Canadian Henley, but they'd be practicing every day with their club crew. But they couldn't go with the club crew to the Masters regattas because they were not 27 years old. So we added that. That was well received. We added a fee of $1 a seat for the junior team for every seat at Masters Nationals that would go directly to the junior team. Don't know whether it's paid for by the U.S. Rowing now, but it wasn't at the time, and that was a small thing that we could do for them. We eliminated the handicaps at Masters Nationals, which I think is probably universally endorsed. Everybody in this room doesn't want to be looking over your shoulder. How far ahead of us are they, or do we have the 10 seconds we need? So we give out a lot more medals now, but this is Masters Rowing and everybody likes a medal. So that's worked out well. We added a $5 competitor fee at the Masters Nationals to help out the local organizing committees. At the time when I was there, we were having difficulty finding local organizing committees that wanted to invest a whole bunch of time and whatnot and work, and if they couldn't make a lot of money, they weren't interested. So there's a $5 fee that goes directly to them. As Aaron mentioned, we lobbied, tried shock and whatnot, and got the 50-year-old category, and then we got the 60. And lo and behold, I was in the 70-year-old race this year. So that worked out well. We started a trend. We sought out people to host the 2009 FISA World Masters. And that was hosted at Lake Merced, which worked out very well. Anyway, I want to thank Nathan Benison State Park, the Marines, U.S. Rowing, the board of directors that elected me to this job, this award. And one more thing I should mention that many of you don't know. I was on a board with Monk Terry, who was the former president of U.S. Rowing, John Dane, who was Glenn Mary's predecessor, Margot Zalkin, and myself. We actually signed a contract with the YMCA to put in youth erging programs. And we actually got sponsorship for 5 programs with Walmart. But that was in 2008. As we all know, the economy went south, and Walmart and the YMCA decided to retrench and just do the programs that they had, so we didn't get much farther with that. But anyway, I want to thank all of you. I'm also appreciative of all the people that are probably in this room that are equally earned the similar honor that I have. But again, thank you all, and appreciate it.